What's up, y'all? It's your boy Mighty Mouse here, back with another video. Today we are going to talk about all things Void Breach. So, I've done some testing, different precursor tablets, different Atlas layouts, different passives in the Atlas passive tree, different combinations of maps and things of that nature, and I'm going to tell you what I've found, and then after that I'm going to give you a highlight video of yesterday's farming and show you what we got. So as far as I can tell, you're going to want to go after as many clasped hands as you can if you're searching for breach rings. That's the best advice I can give you. But if you're wanting to look for other things, such as just pure density, other items, this is the layout I would go with. Additional breaches, increased breach density, and they open and close slower. Now if you can clear the screen with one shot, that's fine, but things like this I would like to work in that give you the 50% more clasped hands. But Walking Nightmare, if you are having trouble killing or having trouble surviving, coupled with this Soul Eater, that is a death sentence. Do not pick those things. You're going to be taking increased damage, you're going to be dealing less damage, and they're going to be attacking faster, and you're not going to be able to see as far. So that means you're not going to be able to see the clasped hands, so on and so on. But this is my layout. It seems to be a pretty versatile, on average, well-rounded passive tree layout. Now as far as the precursor tablets and things of that nature, this is an example of different things that I've tested. You can pause the video to read what these say. Some of them don't have as many towers, but what I've found is density, chance for additional breaches, spawns, magic monsters is good. You want some more rare monsters on there, because sometimes they will drop additional breach rings. I think like I've gotten like 5 in a map before. I'm not really sure how, but the main way that you get breach rings is by the Breach Lord's clasped hand, and those can be found when you're looking on the map. If you search the area around the breach, you'll see these little silhouettes there. See that? It's almost like a little black hand on the ground. When you start the breach, that is going to be where you're going to want to go. You're going to want to shoot straight for that, and then any other clasped hand you can find, because that's going to give you a surplus of breach rings, which are basically all anyone is buying right now. I mean, if you have a god tier rolled prismatic or something of that nature, then sure, you can probably sell it. But the breach rings with the stats on the bottom is what everyone's playing, stat stacking builds, or something with incredibly high mana, with int, with all res, with lightning damage, things of that nature. But that's pretty much it for the how to set up your map. Again, I would probably go with monster density if you can handle it. If not, if you're searching primarily for breach rings, I would go with the spec'd into the 50% more clasped hands. And I mean, hey, breaches contain an additional clasped hand. The more clasped hands you can get, the more opportunity for breach rings you're going to get, if that's what you're farming. If you're out there trying to farm breach splinters, then obviously go into the passive tree, get breach splinters, drop additional breach splinters on your tablets. If that's what you're trying to do, you're trying to get stones to farm Hands of Wisdom in action, to farm the diamonds, or whatever you're trying to do. Those would be the ways to target it. But for me, I tried to open and close faster, and when you get maps like Slick or Augury, even Val Factory or mirror, things where there's just little paths, or forge, for example. There's little paths to go and there's not very many open areas. You want the slower to give you an opportunity to wrap around to get to the monsters. And also, if you're a little nutty, then you can pop the breach. If there's one close to it, you can sprint, get your little breach lord clasped hand, and go activate the other breach, and then find the epicenter of the two, and then just tear it up and get after it. But the main thing for me, the secret ingredient has always been the quantity of items dropped on the map. And maybe that's not your gig, maybe that's not what you're into, but if you're trying to find divines, and you're trying to find more breach rings, and you're trying to find just overall more items, if you get an area that's corrupted, irradiated, and you're not getting quantity of items in that area, I mean, that's the best thing to do. You find an area with a ton of corruption, a ton of irradiated maps, or even just like boss maps, because if you spec your atlas properly, then you can get a chance of it corrupting. It's automatically irradiated, and then boom, there you go. Now you throw a T16 in there, and you have a ton of quantity of items, and you're dropping item level 82, 83, 84, and that's how you're going to get your top tier items. Now, maybe you just want to play the game, and you're not really concerned with getting top tier items, you're not really concerned with finding breach rings, whatever, then just slap monster density on there. Pack size, increased magic monsters, increased rare monsters, things of that nature, and that's going to give you the most fun, the most bang for buck out of your map. But a little bit of rarity never hurts on a map, because all of your atlas and your precursor tablets and all that's just multiplicative. So whatever you're targeting, if it's density, then you want to get packs, number of packs, pack size on the map, in your passive, on the precursor tablets, and all that's going to multiply together to create this just gargantuan amount of mobs. Same thing with your item quantity. Spec into quantity and rarity on your precursor tablets, on your atlas tree, on the map itself, and then make sure that there's a lot of modifiers on the map, because then you can spec in to get a 2% increase per explicit modifier on the map to all of the modifiers on the map. Then you get 3% increase of the explicit modifiers, and then you get a 56% increase of the precursor tablets modifiers, because you can get 8, 8, 8, 8, 8 all the way up. And if you have all those things aligned in the proper fashion, then you're going to end up with like 300% quantity, or 300% increased magic monsters, or whatever it may be. But that's basically all I have. If you've made it this far, I would like to invite you to subscribe to my channel. Please leave a like or a comment below for anything you need to know, want to know, would like to share. We're always open to hearing your stories or hearing your experiences. If you're struggling with anything, get a hold of us. I'll start posting the Discord down there. I just made a Discord. I haven't really been, in the loop. I've been kind of slacking behind because of work. But we're going to be getting more consistent. We're going to be bringing a little bit more content and trying to build a community here. So I'm going to shut up now, let you guys enjoy the rest of the video. Hope you like the highlights.
I should have got it and went down. This one's still going.
Anybody still watching, you're an absolute legend. Big shout out to you. We appreciate you. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. We're going to keep bringing the content. That's all I got for today. Thank you, my friends. We'll see you on the next video. You already know what it is. Stay blessed. You are enough. And as always, stay mouthy. We'll see you next time.